Hello. So we're going to do our first single view drawing. It's an actual technical drawing, WebCAD. All right, we're doing this one. It's pretty simple. Go over everything. Shouldn't be more than like 10 minutes. And we'll go over a few of the layer stuff that we have. Really only have 2 layer types we're using on this drawing here. Skip dimensions for right now. We'll have a completely separate lesson for that. Exciting. All right, so I've called that layer document one. This is up, ported into here, but you should have all your layers here. Right? Yes, all layers from that layer document. Beautiful. But what we're doing here, so you never have to do that again, you only have to do that once. You go down here, right click, duplicate, find one that has a 1 now next to it. Right click, we're going to rename. We're going to call this base plate 3-52. How that work? How that work? Yes, it does. Back over here. Click. Name. Everything you type in this class is capitalized. Base plate 3-52. Enter. All right, so now when I open this, it should have all the layers that I had set from that previous drawing. Don't show me this again. Never again. Yes, all my layers are here that I had set up from the other one that I copied over. Good to go. Be on your model space to draw the drawing. Let's take a look at this thing. All right, so all technical drawings that we draw are going to have dimensions, right? And we're going to draw to the dimension. Doesn't matter if this is inches or meters or whatever it may be. We can just type in the value into WebCAD and it's going to be that value. We can worry about scaling and all that fun stuff. So let's start full rectangle. The rectangle is going to be 8.5 by 5. Add rectangle. We should be in our object layer. Base, the O0 stands for object. That object layer, click and drag, right? I'm not clicking again yet. I haven't hit enter yet. We're going to type in our values. So the values for this is 8.5. See that? 8.5 by 5. WebCAD, first value is 8. In WebCAD, the first value is 8. WebCAD is the best CAD. Clicking doesn't work in the WebCAD. WebCAD is the best CAD. For it. Wait for it. Didn't even save it. Click, drag. We're in the wrong layer. There's object. Rectangle, click, drag. 8, we did it. Good work, team. 8.5, 8.5. Tab, right? Hit tab to get to our other value. 5. Enter. We have an 8.5, 5 rectangle. I also discovered some of you guys zooming on the Chromebooks. You can use the trackpad, or also if you hold control wheel. Instead of it just panning up and down for you, hold control and scroll. CAD's the best CAD. All right. We have our rectangle. We can cut off the corners later. We can do that last. These corner chop-offs are called chamfer. Yep, that's the word I wanted to use. If they're rounded, it's a fillet. Straight with an angle, it's a chamfer. vocab words. Good stuff. All right. The next thing is we're going to switch and draw what are called center lines. Take a wild guess. I'm on the wrong tab. There it is. Center lines go through the center. So you'll notice this has that dash meets in the middle. This line type is a center line, specifically used to signify the center of a part or drawing. Normally it's going to be used for circles, but it's used in this one here because dimensions are being drawn, measured from it. All right, so believe it or not, we're going to go to our center layer. We're going to draw some center lines. You should have on your snap settings, my face is in the way. On the snap settings, everything should be checked off, right? If it's not, go down to settings, check everything off, right? And we're going to use some of these right now. So center line, I'm going to do a line. Let's bring my face back where it belongs. I got to move my mouse over here. I swear I've done this before. Center line, line, and look, I haven't clicked yet. I'm just moving my mouse over the side of the rectangle. So you see the hourglass, that stands for nearest. If I clicked right now, it would definitely be connected to the rectangle. I keep moving over to what I think is about the middle, and you get a triangle. Triangle is your midpoint snap. Click, drag down to the other triangle, hit enter. Notice the line type, because we changed it to line type center 2. It's a center line. Hit enter to repeat your last command. Drawing another line, triangle, to triangle, enter. Now we have center lines. And we can use these center lines to draw our square and these rectangles here. So I'm going to draw the squares next. Should the squares be in our center line layer? No. Be in our object line. Again, all of this in more detail, just doing the drawing right now. So I clicked on rectangle again, back in my object layer. I'm going to draw the square off in the middle of nowhere and then move it to the center. It's going to be easier that way, right? So it's 3 by 3, enter. How do I know that? Here, let's keep highlighting all the stuff that we do. That seems like a good thing, right? 3 square, so that means it's 3 by 3. This 3 by 3. Now how do I get it to the middle? I'm going to go down to the modify tab. I'm going to hit move, click on my square and hit enter. Now it's asking me where the base point that I want to move it from. Center of the square to the center of the rectangle. Center of the square to the center of the rectangle. Good work, team. Next, we'll do these little rectangles on the side. They give us this by this, which is 0.75 by 2, and it is 1 away. Oh, how should I start this? Let's just draw the rectangle first. Draw in object layer. Rectangle this way, 0.75, tab 2, enter. There's our rectangle, and it says that it is 1 away from it. So I'm going to just draw a little line. I'm going to mouse over to this side so I know that it's straight, right? I want to make sure this line is straight. Actually, it shows it on the other side, right? I'll continue with it. It's on this side. Doing this right here, 1. We don't have to worry about this because we're going to snap to the midpoint. Not on that side, so we're not confused. 1, enter. Enter to get out of it. Now I'm going to move my rectangle again. Move. Click on the rectangle, hit enter. I'm going to choose this midpoint, right? The triangle. Now I can move it to this endpoint. Oh, the square snap setting is the endpoint. Click. Good work, team. I'm going to click and delete that line there. I think if you guys hit Control the backspace or Alt backspace, one of those on the Chromebooks, we'll get rid of that for you. Delete it. Now I need that rectangle on the other side because there's one on both sides. So I can just mirror it. It's called mirror button. Click on this guy, hit enter. And I'm going to choose this as my mirror line. Click, click. You need 2 points. I click down here, up here, and I mirrored it to the other side. Hit enter because I did not want to. I have the rectangle on both sides. What do we have left? We have the chamfers left, right? And all the information we need for the chamfer is this by this. Right, so this is the first time we'll be drawing an angle. It says that draw line layer. Going off, it says it's 2 1/4 off the corner. I'm going to go this way. I just put my mouse there so I know that's straight. See how it has the 0 degrees there? I know it's straight. 2.25, enter. At this point, I can go up. And the length of this line doesn't matter. We're just going to trim it. All we care about is the, I could mouse over to this, but it may snap to that instead of letting an angle be correct. Letting the angle be correct. So I'm going to keep my mouse just out in the distance because it doesn't matter. Tab. And you'll notice now I can adjust the angle. With AutoCAD, WebCAD, both same in this regard. It always starts with 0 degrees in the first quadrant. And remember geometry? Going this way, and then it goes all the way up around and back to 0. Right? So this on the drawing sheet, it gives us 30 degrees off of that. AutoCAD, it's going to be 180 degrees minus 30 degrees. What's 180 minus 30? 150. Enter. There it is. Hit escape. Go to the modify tab, and now I can trim, right? If I just click on the trim button, click, hold my click, and just drag it around and get rid of that corner. Beautiful. Hit enter. Mirror this as well. do all 4 corners, and then we're done. Mirror button, click, enter, mirror line, click, click, right? Think of it as a mirror, right? If this was the mirror, that'd be reflected over to there, right? I'm gonna hit mirror again. Whoa, I finished the mirror, the first one. Again, enter, enter. I do not want to erase source object. There's 2 steps to that one. Click, hold shift so I can mirror both of these at the same time. Enter, click, click. There it is. I do not want to erase my source objects. There's my trim, click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. Done. Right? Enter to get out of that. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Good. All right. Questions, ask. But that's about it for today. And look at that, 10 minutes and 56 seconds, quick before it's 11. Good luck.